The Oculus Quest 2 is a pretty remarkable VR platform, but there's just one very large asterisk, and I'm going to give you my full review, my full thoughts on the Oculus Quest 2 next. Hands on Tech is brought to you from LastPass Studios. Using the same password everywhere is a security nightmare waiting to happen. LastPass puts you in control of your online life by storing all of your unique passwords in a secure, encrypted vault. Visit lastpass.com/twit.
This is TWiT.
This episode of Hands on Tech is brought to you by Casper. Go to casper.com/twit1 and use code TWIT1 for $100 off select mattresses. Hello, welcome to Hands on Tech. I'm Jason Howell, and we are at the end of this crazy year, 2020. It's been a crazy year for game consoles as well, right? We've got the PS5 coming out, we've got the Xbox S and X coming out, and we had earlier, a few months ago, the Oculus Quest 2. So if you like VR instead of the traditional game console, then you can go this route and get Facebook's latest VR console for your face. And I gotta say, this is a pretty awesome piece of hardware, but it does come with some serious downsides. And I'm gonna kind of split things up into two big sections. We're gonna start first of all with how the Quest 2 is as a VR game console. The Quest 2 at first blush looks a lot like the original Quest, albeit it's white instead of black, of course, but it still has 4 cameras that dot around the front, and that's for tracking the environment. It does that really well. Inside the headset hides a better screen though, and I've always personally felt that VR is really going to soar when resolution improves dramatically. And the Quest 2 offers a sharper 1832 by 1920 pixels per eye, which in my opinion, comparing the two, delivers on my assumptions. It's a noticeable upgrade that definitely has me preferring the second Quest every time. Now, they also recently rolled out 90 hertz refresh. It's a welcome upgrade from the 72 hertz refresh rate before it. Visually, things just look stunning on the Quest 2. A lot sharper, makes my eyes very happy. The head strap, on the other hand, is a noticeable downgrade. The Quest 1 is just easy to throw on any head and adjust quickly, has a firmer, more rigid strap system. Quest 2, on the other hand, is this kind of flimsy strap getup that feels, well, cheap by comparison. In use, it doubles the time it takes to get myself or get my family up and running and is a bit of a drag. It's also a bit more of a pain to use with my glasses, even with the spacer in place. But once it's on, I'd say it's reasonably comfortable, maybe a bit lighter than the original, which is nice. Now, many people swear by the official Elite strap upgrade for $49 to solve some of these problems. I haven't tried it out myself, but I am planning on getting one. One more downgrade is the adjustment system for eye spacing. On the Quest 2, there are 3 predetermined slots that you can snap it into. On the Quest 1, it's a seamless slider that really means the Quest 2 might not fit everybody's unique eye spacing quite the same. It worked for me, it might not work for you. Hiding inside the Quest 2 is a much improved Snapdragon XR2 processor that's paired with 6 gigs of RAM. And this actually results in added detail in games that is totally noticeable when you're comparing side by side. Detail in The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, for example, is a definite step up in the Quest 2 over the first. My eyes, like I said, have been very happy.
My husband. He's turned.
As for the controllers, the Quest 2 controllers are actually a bit similar in layout and operation to the original Quest. The Quest 2 controller has a bit of a larger face, and that kind of gives you room for the thumb to rest when not in active use. I suppose that's kind of nice. Facebook has said that the controllers utilize less tracking LEDs than on the original, which might technically alter the tracking accuracy, but to be honest, I didn't notice really any difference in my use. This reduction is meant to extend battery life on the controllers 4 times as long as the originals, in fact, but maybe I'm just not living my life in VR the way others are, but the battery on the controllers hasn't really been an issue for me with either system. But battery life on the headset, I would say, is a little bit of a different story. I definitely found myself running out of juice just a little bit faster on the Quest 2 than the original, and that's pretty known. 2 hours I would say is a pretty safe target for ongoing gameplay, depending, of course, on the title that you're playing. And that becomes difficult, especially when you're sharing the unit, which I do with my family. I had to plug into the wall a number of times during my marathon VR sessions with my kids, so get used to that. Value, no question. This is Quest 2's strongest selling point. $299 puts this purchase into no-brainer territory. The original was actually $100 more, so for $100 less, you get some pretty remarkable technical upgrades. In my experience, this is the best VR experience for most users. That is, people who don't want to go down the rabbit hole of buying a dedicated VR machine and a high-end system to run it on. But if you do choose to go that route, the Quest 2 supports Link, which actually means it can plug into one of those high-end machines for true high-end VR as well. Very versatile, especially for the price. And you do get the higher refresh rate when you do that now as well. This episode of Hands on Tech is brought to you by Casper, the sleep company with outrageously comfortable products at not so outrageous prices. From award-winning mattresses to pillows, sheets, and duvets, Casper transforms the way we sleep one snooze at a time. They have bedding, bed frames, and even a dog bed. Casper has everything you need to build a bed of your dreams, and they now have 0% APR financing options. We just got our third Casper mattress, so now we're all sporting one. Maybe it's time to get our dog one too. Go to casper.com/twit1 and use code TWIT1 for $100 off select mattresses. That's code TWIT1 for $100 off select mattresses. Terms and conditions apply. See casper.com/terms. All right, so now for the second part of my review, because it really must be stressed. Part of the reason that this headset is more affordable is because of your data, right? Facebook owns Oculus, and they're a very data-hungry company. And very recently, within the last couple of months, they made the announcement that they would require a Facebook login going forward on their current Quest 2 device, as well as future VR devices to come out of the Oculus department. And that's unlike on the first Quest, where you could use just an Oculus account, as I have done on the first Quest. I bought a bunch of games under that account. Once I created a Facebook account, because I'd gotten rid of it a couple of years ago, once I created a new Facebook account to get the Quest 2 going, it linked up my Oculus account and my Facebook account together. And so now all of my purchases are attached to this account, this Facebook account that I'm not really using except for the Quest 2. And it just feels like I'm suddenly locked in. Like all of those games, all the money that I've spent on VR for the Quest platform is now locked into this requirement that I manage and maintain a Facebook account, which just feels, I don't know, it feels like I'm being bullied into it, and I don't like that feeling. In fact, a lot of people feel the same way. This could just be a bridge too far for many. It's a lock-in that just doesn't feel good. It doesn't give me a good feeling about Facebook. So it puts me in a very uncomfortable place. It might do the same for you. Do I stay or do I go? Like I said, for many, this is going to be the straw that broke the camel's back. This is going to be a requirement that has them saying, you know what, I don't care how good the hardware is, I'm out. For me, for the time being, I do plan on staying, though I don't feel good about it, right? I've already created this account, this Facebook account. I'm not giving Facebook any social signals in my browser, on my phone. I'm not using this account for anything other than VR. But knowing that if I ever cancel or delete that Facebook account, all of my games just die and I lose access to them, even though I've spent good money on them, it really feels like I'm being put into a corner, and it doesn't seem like it needs to be that way. That hardware is amazing and could be so useful, whether it's linked up to an account or not. So it just feels wrong. We shouldn't really have to do that, and that's what really stings here. The Oculus Quest 2 is in many ways an awesome sequel to the original Quest. It's an incredible value, no question. The experience is a huge step up. Overall, I love the device itself, but tying it to Facebook really puts a sour taste in my mouth, and I would fault no one for passing on the Quest 2 because of that alone. And I think you know who you are, and if that doesn't bug you, then sure, check out the Quest 2. You can follow my reviews on Hands on Tech. I also do a bunch of reviews of Android devices and all about Android and so much more on the TWiT.tv network. Thank you so much for watching.
Want more Twit? Check out Tech News Weekly, twit.tv/TNW. Tech News Weekly is a show where Jason Howell and I bring the latest and greatest interviews to you from the people making and breaking the tech news. twit.tv/TNW.
Keep up with all the hottest tech news and gadgets. Visit twit.tv. There you'll be able to find and subscribe to all our tech shows. Thanks for watching Hands on Tech.